All right. Hello to the world, traders, anyone that ends up listening to this. My name is Tina G, FX Kiss on the market. Time right now is 21:26. GMT is +1. Pardon me if I'm tired or if I sound tired, but for the last 2 days I have been analyzing, and I have analyzed 21 currency pairs, except the Swiss pairs, except $1 Swiss. So I thought to show this to the world, and maybe someone finds it useful. Maybe someone it will help with trading. If it does, I'll be super excited. I'll be really happy that I've done something useful, helpful, and it helps someone else as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna share a different screen now. This is the one. Oh, I hope it's visible because I'm recording this for the first time. So let's see. Also might be a bit slow, but we'll get there. Okay, let me just get rid of this. Pound, be gone. Okay, let's go from the start. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, monthly chart. I know I'm fast. When I scroll, I'm really fast. So I'll try to be slow when it counts. Manage templates. Aussie dollar. Open. So I analyzed Aussie dollar trend lines. Not everyone is going to understand Fibonacci tool. So with Fibonacci tool, I just determined the weight movement after I determined the market direction. So this is monthly. Market was in a downtrend, broke the downtrend line, was in an uptrend. Market broke the, let's call this a short-term trend line. The long-term trend line still hasn't been broken. The red two trend lines are considered as counter trend lines. So we're waiting for a breakthrough for the market to continue going upwards. Keep in mind this is monthly chart, so it's not going to happen tomorrow, not even next month. Yeah, this is, now that I'm looking at the picture, it is quite, yeah, people are gonna like this. Anyway, let's see, let's find some sense to it. So market broke the uptrend line here. This one has not been marked as broken. The dark black ones represent being market breaking the trend line. And you can see how the market responded here as it broke the trend line, the uptrend line, pulled back, bulls tested the momentum and then didn't get any. Also, this is at this level, this is a future resistance level. So bulls were faced with a lot of resistance and bears prevailed. Market turned around, dropped a little bit, pulled back again, and then continued dropping to new lows. Consolidated for a while. This is consolidation. I know some people draw some trend lines as if like channels lines. I don't do that because that's just well, nonsense. One of the reasons why it's nonsense is because this is consolidation, but at the same time, if you take this piece of the market, you'll see market is making, starting from here, making a wave up and then a lower, not a lower, a higher retracement, so higher low, and then takes some time, because for some time it consolidates. This is consolidation right here, and then eventually makes a higher low, a higher high, and pulls back, finds support from past resistance, and again they create a wave pretty much equal to the last one, create a high pretty much equal to the last one, and then market drops, makes a lower low. So it's really simply analyzed. I know there's a lot on the chart. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry, because I'm not, because this is part of my work. It's also to mark things, to mark where the wave starts, where the wave continues, pulls back, continues lower or higher, and so on. So this is a monthly chart. The market of Aussie dollar on a monthly basis is, if we look at it from the distance, this is a pullback from an uptrend. Yeah. Let's switch to the weekly now. I'm not gonna waste too much time talking about it. So we are on the weekly now. This is what we talked about earlier. You can see market making higher highs and higher lows as it waves upwards. However, at some point it is faced with future resistance level, and then bears prevail, turn around, make a perfect signal that this market is now ready to drop, and so it waves down and it falls down, goes lower. However, as it goes lower, you can see now this is the long-term uptrend line, and where the market pulls back, as it touches it, they pull back, and that's why you see what you see, like an opportunity for buy, I guess. But at this point, if you were to buy, well, first of all, you would have to have a lot of money. Yeah, this is a ruler. Unless you decrease your lot size. This is 300 pips in stop loss if you wanted to trade up to the counted up down trend line, which is 500 pips at this point. So is there any opportunity on this market? Not really. Market just finished its downtrend wave and is in a process of pulling back upwards. That's on weekly. So on daily, this is what we have on a daily basis. My charts are set to show gaps and I think hidden data. So I have it as it is. So, and I didn't do any adjustments so the chart would correct this space, these gaps in between, and show a little bit different picture. Oh yeah, waves. You're gonna be a little bit confused about the Fibonacci's because I started off analyzing Fibonacci ABCD waves from the monthly, breaking down to smaller wave. This is a smaller wave of a bigger monthly wave, and within the monthly wave there are smaller waves. So this is one of them. Let's see what I did. This is going to, we're going to remove this. Now it's going to be a lot easier for you to see what is actually going on. So this is one large downtrend wave from A to B. And that has smaller waves within. So these would be, oh yeah, these would be daily ones. So that's AB1 and BT1. The main question is, what you're probably asking is there any opportunity, Tina? So as we said, market is in a pullback. On a larger scale, it's in a downtrend. So what you've been seeing is a downtrend. Even though from a whole picture, this is just a big retracement in an uptrend. But because it's such a large time frame, we can consider it as a downtrend. Yeah, and it's in a pullback. So if you want to trade from this point up to here, fine, go for it. I personally am going to wait until I see something clearer than this, as the market just finished its wave, like I said. Yeah, actually not finished. I didn't touch the Fibonacci level. So I don't know. And because I don't know, I leave it alone and I move on to something else. So if I should just switch to 1 hour to see what's going on in 1 hour, and that's why I leave it alone. Because I'm just not bothered until it makes sense to me. And this is just a lot of a consolidation, market traders consolidating after a big drop and a pullback, filling out the gap, and it hasn't been entirely filled. And that is Aussie dollar. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. If you like the video, because we just started, join my fan page, comment, ask if you want me to do some. If you want me to do some other pairs to analyze them. Anyway, back to, so this is euro dollar. Euro dollar on monthly chart. Oh yeah, we gotta, because we did some changes. Hold on, this is gonna confuse the heck out of me if I don't leave it as is. Aussie dollar, come on, thank you. Oh, it's gonna be a long video. But hey, like I said, to those who it will be useful, they'll find it a good video. Everyone else will say it sucks. Euro dollar monthly. Okay, let's go. So much things open. So again, same trading plan. When I don't know what's going on, I switch it to monthly. I look at a monthly chart. I look at the entire chart. I'm surprised I didn't draw any trend lines on this one. Oh man, this is sloppy. Oh, this is bad. Right, so let's do this in live, in case you can see how I'm drawing trend lines. Now that Now my computer is not a supercomputer, so I'm slow. So I'm drawing uptrend lines because when you look at the picture, the market was in a, this was in a downtrend. But if we drew, okay. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. So if we did drew, let me just stop some programs. All right. Okay. Hopefully it'll work a bit better. So always imagine when I'm analyzing, wherever my mouse is from the left, that is what I see. Wherever the mouse is from the right, that is what I don't see. So that's how I treat my analysis when I'm analyzing. Even though we see, we see everything now, but that's how I approach, because that's how it is. So market was in a downtrend. Market broke through the downtrend line, and clearly we changed direction, and this is now an uptrend. Why did I remove my Fibonacci's here? Because they're monthly. Okay. And according to Fibonacci rules of the game, just to keep it simple, market made the lower low eventually, and that's how we know that it changed direction. So when it changed direction, we had to analyze again and place the Fibonacci tool again and mark the waves. Oh, this is too much. This is too much what I had drawn here, and that's because I broke it down to daily, and now it's just a one big splash. So basically, waves start again in a downtrend, forming a lower high and a lower low, consolidating in this zone. This is in a zone, in an AB zone, a downtrend. The market is waving up and down, but staying in the zone, in the AB zone. And eventually it stopped going back, turned around, and fell. By that, formed a lower low. And so we could start, we were able to draw a new AB in a downtrend. Oh man. All right. Yeah, this is a mess. No one's gonna like this except me. Oh well. Yeah, when I started analyzing, I missed doing a lot of things, but I eventually did a lot of good things. Basically, what did I do here? Market a downtrend. So I was counting waves as the market was moving in a downtrend, defining in what direction it is now. So this is on a weekly basis, so you see a lot of consolidation on a weekly chart. and eventually dropping lower, forming a lower low. Then the market started to pull back and downtrend, and eventually made a higher high than the past high, and therefore changed direction. Because it changed direction, we changed direction as well. Yeah, I'll be freaking surprised if anyone knows this. Well, when you're on daily, it's much better. Oh, yeah. No, it's not. Don't know what this is. I don't know what time frame it belongs to. I think it belongs to weekly. Bad analysis, man. Poorly prepared. Yeah. It is weekly. No, it's not. This is daily. How did I manage to draw a daily on here? Okay, this is clearly something wrong. Clearly something wrong. When I was analyzing. No, it's not. So it is daily. Right. Okay. Oh, I see. I see now. I know why. There's two ways that I was doing it. This Dailiana and Dailiana. I'm going to remove this, and then you're going to see a little better picture now. Because the market changed direction, we had to start over and count our waves. You can see the market was moving upwards, retracing, and then hitting its new target, so forming a higher low and a higher high. There we go. And again, A, B, C, D, and then CD became AB. Pulled back and hit and formed a new high. When did that? The process repeated itself, and we have a new AB until the market changed its direction. And when it changed direction to downwards. Yes, now. So this is a new down AB. And a whole lot of consolidation. Market did form a lower low than the previous low, but then pull back because it didn't reach its target. Target is 1.618, and so it remained, came back into the AB zone, then found resistance. This is a resistance level here, happened more than once. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And eventually dropped again and formed the lower low. And this is where we are. So we are now in one very large consolidation on daily. And if we break it down, this is a smaller consolidation right here. Now, if I draw like this, there we go. And when you're in consolidation, you don't trade like you would trade in a trend, but you only trade from support to resistance and from resistance to support. And since the market is in a downtrend and consolidation is only part of the trend, whether that is uptrend or downtrend, you trade from resistance level to support level. And because it's in a downtrend, we are expecting it. The probability is higher that the market will drop lower, whether still being in constant consolidation or going lower, forming a new low. And that is euro-dollar on daily chart. It's also a chart that I'm trading right now. And you can see it's just being a pain in the ass. Trading it lower. Formed a bearish engulfing here, so this is a good signal to trade. And we're expecting it to drop lower to this level here. So that would be from this point to this point, 150, 160 pips. It's a large consolidation. I hope this made sense. As far as euro-dollar concerns, a lot more my artistic charts coming up. And I switch to like monthly. I save my piece of work. And we go to next one, pound dollar. All right, so first, before I put my beautifully artistic picture on, this is pound dollar on a monthly basis. And the first question that anyone should be asking themselves is this market in an uptrend or in a downtrend? And you always begin from the past, moving to the present. So here the market was in an uptrend. This is large enough, long enough to be treated as an uptrend. The beautiful crisis happened, market changed direction, went downtrend, consolidated for quite a while until it started form lower lows and lower highs and continued its downtrend. So at the moment, market is in a downtrend, right? Apply template, pound dollar. Yeah, some pictures are really good and some pictures are even better. I mean my art. So analyzing from the beginning of the time, so to speak, market was in an uptrend, and I wanted to define at what point where the market broke, changed its direction by breaking through, and I can treat it now as a downtrend. So, and from this point forward, I started to count waves, defining, it's a strategy that helps you define when to trade, when to start trading, basically. And you always start trading when the market pulls back, forms a bullish or bearish signal, and then that's when you get in and you take the market to the target. I won't go in much more detail because it's just going to be too long. So we have on monthly basis, we have A, B, and here's the C, pullback, and the new target is way down there. Market being in a downtrend, still in a downtrend, and we go to the weekly chart. Okay. On a weekly chart, so I started from the point where the market retraced, which is the highest point closest to the down A, and that is C. And yeah, I continued defining smaller waves so that I can find my opportunity, or even see if I have any opportunity. So here you see a smaller wave being formed, AB to the AB, CD becomes a new smaller AB. AB. This wave has not been completed yet. So I therefore started drawing even a smaller wave within this wave that is in retracement, and therefore in an uptrend. And here we have a smaller A to smaller B. Why is it drawn like this? I don't know. But this is much better. So the market pulled back. Oh, this is monthly, that's why. So this is from the monthly chart. If we were to draw new waves, we would be counting within this AB monthly wave. You can see that there's smaller waves within the wave. Yeah. And we could do that here, because this is the highest point here. Eventually it would take us out. And because we are in a downtrend, I believe this would be the wave. Pull back and completed the wave. Then, yeah, I think it is. So if we switch to daily, yeah, it completed the wave. So here we have A, B, and C. There we go. I'm gonna say this being the highest point to the A. It requires, what I'm doing right now, it requires an education on Fibonacci retracements and extensions. And it's a subject, it's a course that I'm developing. It's consisted of 10 to 14 different chapters, and then Fibonacci is just one chapter, about an hour or 2 hours long. But it makes sense once you understand it. So market did reach its target, and that is why we do this. We draw a new weekly AB. There we go. Which matches with smaller waves on the monthly chart. It's just fascinating. Once you understand it, once you see these things, it's just fascinating how the market works. Right, so this is on weekly. And we switch down to daily. That's a really nice signal. And this is something that is just annoying the heck out of me. It's probably was I was expecting a breakthrough, counter down trend line, or counter uptrend line, and market turned around, formed a bearish signal, and this could be an opportunity for going lower. 70 pips in risk. Market did turn around at, this is the resistance level right here. Okay, 1 hour to go. Let's see what it does. And that is pound dollar. We switch it to 1 hour. We can have a look at 1 hour. Yeah, this is where I drew the counter uptrend line to wait for the break. And market broke through it, pulled back, tested, made a high, but on this level, the resistance level is a lot stronger because it's on large time frames as well. Pull back and fell, made a lower low. Okay. Save template. Remove. Kiwi dollar. Kiwi dollar. So again, I look at a time frame and we see that it's basically an uptrend, forming higher highs and higher lows. And also pull back, and now over here consolidating, pull back a bit lower, but not lower than the past low. Oh boy. Let's see what we drew here. Kiwi dollar. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Kiwi dollar is still in uptrend. The long-term uptrend line has not been broken. The short-term uptrend line also has not been broken. The inner uptrend line has been broken at some point in time, and markets bulls started to test if they can go higher. They were rejected by bears, and then bears took control and went down. On a monthly basis, this is an uptrend. This is still active in the A-B zone. So treating it as such, this is, here is A, here is B, and here we have the closest point to the A, which is C. And the market rallying a little bit, but doesn't have much power as it did in the past. So it's just consolidating in a way. It did turn around on a monthly basis last month, the strong bullish candlestick formation, and so if anything, we would be looking bullish, or expect the market to turn around, go a bit lower, find support on a short-term uptrend line, and then go bullish. I don't think this is the pair that I would trade. I was trading, but it was like dead to me, so I stopped. after this, with this new beginning and price falling down and then pulling back. I think market is now consolidating a little bit. Definitely a consolidation on a weekly basis. So this is a smaller AB wave, and you can see that the market's still within AB zone, consolidating. This is one large consolidation area. How large? I don't know. This is what we're looking at, and it's just one large consolidation. There we go. If anyone was trading here, this is why it was the way it was. If this make any sense to you. And then eventually market broke through and went down, forming lower lows until it pulled back. Not interesting to trade. Weekly. So we are in a big AB uptrend wave on a monthly basis, and we're going on a micro level, let's say, call it micro level, just one level down to see what's going on a daily basis. So here we are at the C and counting its waves upwards, and here we are. So we have a daily AB market went out of the AB zone, found resistance at the 1.382 level, and pulled back. Went all the way back where it found support. So this here is the support level. Used to be a resistance level, and now it became support. And that's that. That is that. Not interesting because it seems to be turning around, pulling back lower. So we'll see what it does. It is possible to trade it. Let's see. If you were trading a candlestick formation, you could trade this for 50 pips. But also, you would go on a small time frame and wait for an opportunity if it presented itself. If it doesn't, stay out of it. Okay. Kiwi dollar. Yeah. Nothing clear to trade at the moment. But if you're patient and if you wait, you can catch something in an uptrend at the right time. Remove. We go to dollar Canadian. Talking for last half an hour. Dollar Canadian. All right. Again, we zoom out the picture. We zoom out the chart, not the picture. And have a look. What does it look like? Is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? It used to be a downtrend. Pull back, drop back down, but didn't form a lower low and start forming higher highs and higher lows. And therefore, change direction. Therefore, is now in an uptrend. Let's see. What did we analyze? Dollar Canadian. Yeah. For some reason, maybe charts are now becoming clearer, but also once I warmed up, I started to analyze better. I'll have to go back to the first couple of charts and check them out again. So I started off at some point, because market here, at some point in time, this was an uptrend. That if you imagine a trend line going here, market broke through the uptrend line and started forming lower lows and lower highs. And therefore we started drawing waves. We also draw all the trend lines. You can see that all the downtrend lines have been broken eventually. Market broke through the two inner downtrend lines, excuse me, two inner downtrend lines, and started forming higher highs and higher lows, when eventually it broke the short-term downtrend line and even a longer downtrend line. And then at this point, so we started drawing uptrend lines, a long-term uptrend line, short-term uptrend line, and an uptrend line. With that, we also started counting waves, where we are exactly, where is the wave in the middle of AB, or is it in a retracement in C area, or is it close to D? So you can see why the market responded the way it responded. It's because of this inner uptrend line where the market found support. And more than 2 or 3 reasons converged at this level. And that's why we kept on bouncing off of the inner uptrend line, trying to get higher and higher, and now turn around with, this is a monthly bearish candle. Oh my goodness, it's 22 o'clock. Right, so we are in a one large uptrend wave, AB. Let's break it down to weekly and see where we are. If we can make any sense out of this. So we started off at the C, monthly C, and counting, drawing smaller waves within a wave. So this is one big wave on a monthly time frame. And within this wave, there's a smaller weekly wave. Yeah. I hope this is starting to make sense. No, hopefully. But if not, don't worry about it. Maybe in a week time, you'll look at the video again. Let me know if you do. I'll think of something to congratulate you for my piece of art. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so forming high highs and higher lows. So, and at this point, this weekly AB wave hasn't been completed yet. And because it hasn't been completed yet, we know where the C is, to what level it pulled back. This is where the support level is. We're switching down to a lower time frame to see if we can find any opportunity here. So we are on a weekly C. It's a smaller wave. And we draw even within a weekly AB wave, there is smaller daily waves. And right now we are in retracement of one AB uptrend wave on the daily chart. And we're waiting for an opportunity to go up. This is still in retracement, it hasn't finished. And we don't do anything at this point because it's started to starting to face levels of support. So no opportunity here yet for now. You can check it out on an hour, how it looks like on an hour. And there we go. So it formed bearish engulfing morning star and pulled back. Tested the formation. The formation failed. And we're waiting now for a new signal. So if it forms a new bullish candlestick formation, we could try trading it. Until then, we leave it alone. Or scalpers like it. Scalpers like these movements. Right. That is dollar Canadian. Okay. So euro pound. I've been trading euro pound as well. Consolidation. Again, monthly chart. Is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? So far, at this here, it looked downtrend. Market broke through the downtrend line and started to wave upwards, and was an uptrend. And then eventually, it broke one of the uptrend lines. This is pullback to support level where the market found support and started to rally again, but hasn't formed a higher high. So we'll see what's going on. Manage. Open. Right. Like we said, it was on a downtrend. Market broke through, changed direction, started to wave upwards, consolidated for quite a long time over here. You see a consolidation. So I think this might be one of the pennants. Descending pennant. Descending. Could be. And then broke through the pennant and rallied. And pulled back, forming lower lows and lower highs within the up AB zone until it broke through the AB zone and therefore changed direction to downwards. And we treat it as a downward. Long thickness. We treat it as a downward market being in a downtrend. Trying to do two things at the same time, talk and draw. Until the market found support. It broke through the long-term uptrend line and started to rally. One thing, keep in mind, the market can do whatever it wants to do sometimes. So one of the versions, or one of the options or versions is that market can do whatever it wants. There are rules of the game, and they apply to the market, and you can trade by them. But one of the rules is that market can do whatever it wants, whenever it wants, and however it wants. And broker doesn't have anything to do with it, trust me. So market rallied, and now it's consolidating. So we analyzed from A to B being a downtrend. This is a large pullback. Right, so the market could break the downtrend line. That's true. It should be drawn like this. Because it hasn't formed a lower low than past low here and here and here. I'm keeping my uptrend lines as active, or one of them. The rest of them are past, so I could have deleted them, but for the analytical purposes, I'm leaving them. It makes more sense to why some things happen the way they happen, why market goes to a certain point, why does it turn around over there, and so forth, because of the trend lines. Market knows where the points are. So this is monthly, and switch to weekly. So this is the C, the closest point to the A is, where the market turned around and started to fall again. But as it was falling, it was just consolidating for a very long time. Pull back up until it found resistance and turn around, or something happened and turn around news-wise and start to fall again. However, it is still staying in this range. I think I have it drawn. No, this is on 1 hour, so it's just one in there. But if you imagine this being on a weekly smaller wave, A to B goes here, and this is still within the wave movement until it breaks either through higher or lower. So far it hasn't. So far we are treating it as a downtrend. So we switch to daily. And on a daily basis, on a daily chart, we have a smaller weekly A-B wave, market pulling back and dropping down and pulling back within the wave, not forming a higher high and not forming a low. Well, it did form a lower low here, but it didn't reach the target. It pulled back into the wave, but didn't form a higher high, and that's why the AB zone is still active and downtrend. And then market pulled back down and formed a bearish signal, and this is where we are right now. So market is now testing whether this has any, bulls are testing if they have any momentum to go higher, or will bears prevail and drop lower. We can switch to an hourly chart, and this is how we are right now. And you can see consolidation. Is it today and tomorrow? No, it's been for the last 4 days. Yeah, for the last 4 days, this is the consolidation within the AB downtrend wave on a daily chart. Does it make any sense? If it doesn't, feel free to write a comment, ask a question. If this goes public, I imagine it's going to be a lot of questions, so I'm going to have a lot of work answering. But I'll reach you at some point, come to you, write you, or even I'll just analyze again, and I'll invite you to my fan page, and you can see it there, because that'll be a lot easier than writing. That's for sure. Okay, so this is where we are with euro pound, And we move on to the next one. I'm trailing it downwards. I entered here. Yeah, at some point here. And yeah, I'm just being kicked around it in a consolidation. Nice. My stop loss is out of the market's way, and my take profit is somewhere downward. Should be down. If it isn't, yeah, it is. Yeah. So before the market forms a lower low, I want to be taken out. So I'm risking 126 pips for 300 pips, and we'll see. That's all you can do. Right? All you can do is analyze the market. If you see the opportunity, just like this one, for example, it's a great bearish opportunity. This is the reason why I do these analyses that you have seen so far, and they're quite thorough. It's exactly why I want to understand where I am, where I stand, because I'm not going to just enter the market and then hope it's gonna go my way. No. If you're hoping, don't enter. Don't ever enter on hope. If you don't know what you're doing, stay out. Switch to a practice account, trade on a demo account, and hope there and learn priceless lessons that will not cost you anything, but will give you a lot. That's all I can say as far as hoping. Even your God is not going to help you. Not yours, not mine, even though I don't have one, but yeah, that's that. All right, move on. Let's move on. Oh no. Remove. Let me switch to monthly. Right. Great pullback, but consolidating. Last year I was in Canadian yen with I think 20 positions, and I was making 10,000 pips. It was a practice account, but hey, I loved it. I enjoyed the surf. Right, Aussie yen. Aussie yen, monthly chart, and voila, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of people maybe are saying, oh, I'm in an uptrend, or no, it's a downtrend. But when you look at the whole picture on a monthly chart, what do you see? This is one big, long, and large consolidation of Aussie yen. Yeah? So how are you going to trade that? That's a good question. Well, first you're going to analyze it. Right, Tina? Yes. Aussie yen. Okay. Bam. That's all I could do. That's all I could see. That's all I could read and analyze. So what did I do? Remember when I said left from the mouse is what I see, right from the mouse is what I don't see yet. So being here, looking at this chart, it was in an uptrend. Well, that wasn't worth analyzing, but anyway, actually it was here. It was an uptrend. Market started falling to consolidation. This is one large consolidation right here, and then market dropped and consolidated again, and then dropped again and waved down and formed a lower low. And at this point, we could know that market's in a downtrend, but this was already over of a downtrend wave. So we drew the downtrend line, and the market started to approach the downtrend line and broke through it. When formed a higher high than the past high, and the pullback and formed a higher low than the past low. And this could be here, this not not that this could be, but this is where it gave you a signal that it found support. And with that said, it gave you a signal, more than one reason that you could enter and go buy. So market started to wave upwards, forming higher highs and higher lows until it reached its point. So here it formed a higher low than the past, higher high than the past high. And a lot of whiplashing and turnaround prices dropped. Within 3 months, it erased what it was doing for 7 years. Broke through the uptrend line, pulled back, consolidated, broke through the consolidation, reached a pretty much similar level. Now, this is an interesting part. It touched the uptrend line that a long time ago passed. It broke through. You see this? This is our first uptrend line, and this is where market turned around, which is a similar level, is resistance level than the past resistance levels. Pulled back, consolidated, and started to wave down eventually. And again, found support at the past support levels, went up to the resistance. There used to be resistance, but yeah, used to be resistance, used to be support, and now found new resistance and pullback, went back down to the support and turned around. And this is where we are. And consolidation. This is all. And we just covered years of consolidation of Aussie yen. Yeah, pain, yes. So if you don't know, if you don't define, not if you don't know, you may know what a consolidation is, but if you don't define it, it is going to slap you around like a child, or like, I don't know, it's gonna whiplash you. A whiplash itself is gonna whiplash you, and you won't even know what hit you. So you have to know in a trend that you're trading, you have to define it so that you know how to respond to it. Either you respond to it, you trade it, or you stay out of it. That's why you have to define it. Okay, and this is weekly. That's where we are. Consolidation. Market being at the support level. Could you go? Could you enter? I don't know. Let's see. 600 pips, 700 pips. Probably not. So what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do with Aussie yen being consolidation at the support level? Let's switch it down to daily, just to see if we can afford at all to enter and trade this currency pair. See, here's bullish engulfing. If you're just looking at the bodies. But that's 200, that's 300 pips. It's crazy. Let's go on hour. And that's where we are on the hour. A small consolidation for 1 day, say 1 day before, so it's 2 days, and then waving back. And that's it. It hasn't even filled the gap. Recovered from the gap. Interesting. Me personally, I find no interest in trading this currency pair until something makes sense to me and I know that I have a low risk probability and a large probability of reward. That is that. What is that? Aussie yen. Canadian yen. I traded this last year. I think I was here somewhere. Yeah, this is where I was. I think so. Okay. Canadian yen. Again, what do you see? What do you see? It looks like consolidation, like a big pennant. This descending pennant, or a flagpole. So, yeah, again, we're just going to implement our Canadian yen analysis. Who knows where they are? Bam. Used to be an uptrend until the market broke to the uptrend line, and then was in a downtrend, broke through the downtrend line, consolidated, and as it broke through the downtrend line, we drew a new uptrend line. Trend line. And also, we took this part of the currency pair and analyzed it and treated it as, you know, as if this was the past, this is gone, so this is what we have now. So we're analyzing this wave that looks like it's in an uptrend. However, the support levels are on a similar level. And we have an AB on a monthly chart. Market went out of the AB zone for 2 months, came back, pulled back all the way down where it found support, and then started to rally again, but hasn't really rallied. It's more consolidating than anything else, and just finding similar levels of support, trying to bounce off. So we go on a weekly chart to define a second. Why did I do this? This is why this is why I did it, so it makes sense. So it's easier to see. Okay. Right. So on a monthly basis, this is one thing I forgot to do here is mark my smaller A monthly and B monthly zone, just so that we know where we are. We're still in the small AB zone on the monthly chart from the monthly chart, but this is now a weekly chart. And C, the point closest to the A is here. Weekly, we can switch to daily. We drew some counter downtrend lines, waiting for market to break through and break out to the upside. It hasn't broken out to the upside yet, so the action is wait for the market to rally to the counter downtrend line and either find resistance, and you can trade sell to the lower, or it breaks through, finds support, trade to the next line, get out, see if it finds resistance here and goes back down, or breaks out, finds support, and here you can then trade and go upwards. And you have a free way to go upwards. Okay, that's that's Canadian yen done. Let's see, nothing else to say. Save. Move Canadian yen, Euro yen. We're gonna finish yens today, and next time I'm gonna do the rest of them. This is gonna be too long. Canadian yen. Fantastic. You just gotta love it. You gotta love it. Once you know that its intentions are to consolidate, the good thing about consolidation is that the destination is obvious. It's just gonna be down at resistance or support level. So yes, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. More like consolidating, because it's not even forming like higher highs and higher lows. But it is forming higher lows, but not forming but lower highs, and that is a formation of a flagpole, which means that the waves are dissipating and the market is calming down, coming to a still. And when it's coming to a still, it's only a question of time when it will break out, and it will either break out to the north or break out to the south. So what did I do with Euro yen? What did I draw? Yeah. So the downtrend broke through, started forming waves upwards. You see, formed waves, broke through, downtrend, wave down, pull back to the resistance, and formed lower lows until it broke through the downtrend line and started to trade wave upwards. So technically, according to the trading plan, we have a down AB, and all this movement is still in the down AB zone. You see, the market went out, found out of the AB zone, found support at the 1.272 level, Fibonacci level. Pullback, went back into the zone, and resistance at 618, and then started to drop down again until it came back to the B support level and started to rally and retrace. Will fall down, but pull back. Found a new support level on this level. So we switch to weekly, see what's going on, what we have. We are in a downtrend wave. This is from C. This is a smaller weekly downtrend wave. And this is the active one because the market pulled back into the AB zone deeper and then turn around and just start to wave downwards again. But it's going back now. because it's finding support. We switch to daily, so that we can even see smaller waves within the larger wave. And this is what the market's doing, right? So from the C, small C monthly point and weekly, we have an A daily wave down, pull back, consolidate it, pull back a bit more, and then drop down and reach this target. And we have a new AB, market pull back deeper into retracement level, drop down back to almost close to the B, pull back deeper into AB zone, but didn't take out the A, and then dropped again and consolidated. This is consolidation right here on a daily chart. Here we go. And then dropped and reached this target. And so we have a new AB. And now we have to wait what its intentions are. Whether it will find resistance at the support levels, or it will just continue going down. Not interesting. Because we're not at the point where we know it pulled back and it turned around so we can trade it. Because we're not at that point, it's not interesting to trade it yet. But I'm sure someone will. I think one of the signals that I saw on LinkedIn from someone, they said buy euro yen, but didn't say where the stop loss is, where the take profit is, nothing. So we switch just to an hourly chart to see what's going on 1 hour. And that's that. So just pulling back from the drop and consolidating. Save. Remove. Pound yen. Pound yen. What do you see? Uptrend or downtrend? Used to be a downtrend. Was in an uptrend. Waved. Took out the past low and became went even lower. So it was on a downtrend. Pull back. And then waved a bit lower until it changed direction and was going into a deeper retracement. Would be correctly said. But because it's monthly, this could be considered as an uptrend because it took, what, 2 years? Well, 2 years, 3 years, something like that, 3 years going up. So we can say this with a rally. So let's see what happened. Apply. Pound yen. Is it pound yen? It is pound yen. Okay. Yeah. Even I get scared of what I see. And I was the one drawing it. Okay, market was on an uptrend. Took out past ABs, so turn around, change direction, was in a downtrend. But according to the trend lines and forming higher highs and higher lows, market was still in an uptrend. This is all an uptrend, just a very long time until it broke through the short-term uptrend line pull back, found resistance, and dropped lower, and then went lower. Just a second. And so broke to the downtrend line and started forming uptrend waves, but never formed any higher than the past high, except this high. Okay, so we have uptrend waves and we have downtrend waves, and we have again, this is on monthly, uptrend waves taken out by downtrend waves. Okay. So we are in a downtrend. AB, market pullback. These are, excuse me, these are counter downtrend lines that the market broke through. I marked them. I marked it as a counter downtrend lines and not just as trend lines. The market broke through and it started to wave downwards again, close to down B. So let's go to the small time frame. What you can do is compare the chart that you're looking from me to the chart that you're looking a blank chart. I think it'll make slightly more sense, or just a clearer picture, because I have a lot of Fibonacci's defining the waves. And if someone is not used to this, it's going to be a pain. Yes, I understand. I'm not doing it on purpose. Right. So when the market, we're now on weekly time frame, and when the market broke through the counter downtrend lines, I treated this part as being in an uptrend, if that makes sense, even though this is a big pullback. Market still seems to be, in a pullback, which is an uptrend. And so here we have, starting with a smaller AB and an uptrend, that is also a weekly AB. And market pull back, found support, started to go upwards out of the AB zone, weekly AB. Found resistance at 1.272 and started to wave down. And because this is a pullback of a down AB, here we have C, that is closest point to the A. So from this point forward, I started to analyze waves downwards again and switched it to daily. Switched it to daily. Where are we? All right. There we go. And the wave starts with an AD, A daily to B daily, drops down to 1.382, pulls back all the way back to 618. Market then starts to drop again and reaches its target. And we have a new AB. Market goes out of the AB zone, back into the AB zone, stays in waves in D, which races deeper, but then drops eventually. This is days, So it's every candle's a day, moves downwards and reaches its target. Yeah. And then the market pulls all the way back, changes direction by taking out our past high, which was down A, but then again also doesn't go any higher and starts to drop again. In this case, because this was an up AB, starts to pull back until it takes out our A, and therefore this is a down AB. And now market is in a retracement to define C. Whether it will or not, we don't know. We don't know. We can't draw any trend lines except the counter trend lines. So if you like, you can draw over here. You can draw a counter downtrend line just for this part. Just for this part to see whether the market will break out and go upwards, or find resistance and go downwards. There we go. You can do that. I have to correct this. Come on. It wasn't drawn properly. Trend line must never go through candles. Never. I think if it's going through if your trend line is going through candles, and you might as well just delete that trend line because it's drawn wrong. It will not serve you as it's supposed to serve you. And that is that with the pound yen. That's all we can do at this point. I know, boring. No opportunities, but that's how it is sometimes. You gotta wait. All right, be safe. Switch to monthly, and we remove. Kiwi yen. Kiwi yen. What do you see? It's pretty interesting because all of them are showing a very similar picture. Yeah, wasn't an uptrend. So imagine that the uptrend line was going through here until the market broke through it. Was in a downtrend. Imagine a trend line going down here until it broke through it, consolidated for half a year, no, 2 years, until it broke through, traded upwards, forming high highs and high lows, pull back, found support, rallied a little bit, but then found resistance, and it's just one big consolidation right here. So let's see. Apply yen. No, yeah, kiwi yen. Yep, and that's all I could find. Consolidation. Resistance level. See how market went to resistance level, traded downwards, traded upwards, consolidated upwards, came back to a similar resistance level, turned around, dropped, consolidated, and it's consolidating. So now this gives you a better idea. Maybe you were thinking, oh, Kiwi yen is a downtrend. It may be not. it broke through the uptrend line, a long-term uptrend line. So yeah, you know, here you can see it broke through, pulled back, found resistance at the south side of the uptrend line, and dropped. And then the market was indecisive, and bulls were pushing up, and bears would reject it and pull down, but consolidating up and back down. So 1 month up, next month down, and you were in consolidation. So be careful, because you're still in consolidation. You might as well be going up again, and you might be going up all the way up to here to resistance level, and then pull back down, or it will break out. We'll go further up to the next resistance, to the bigger resistance level of the consolidation, and then drop down. Or it will drop down right here. It will break out on the south side at the support level and continue going down, waving down. It won't go straight. So be careful. Okay, that's that. I have nothing else to say here. I could micro level it. Let's switch to weekly just to see what is going on. This is on a weekly basis. See, went to resistance level, drop down, found support. This was a support level, went back up, found resistance, pulled back down, pulled back up, found resistance, went lower down, pulled back up, found resistance at the south side of the uptrend line. So that's why I couldn't go any higher to the resistance level. Pull down, wave down to the support level, bounced off of support level once, twice, 3 times, about 3-4 times, and then rallied. But lost energy and dropped and pulled back. So the bears dropped and bulls pushed it back. And there you go. There's a support level right now. Daily chart. That's what's going on. Can you do anything? I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't do a damn thing. Here I would, here I would, here I would, and here I would. Because this is a good signal. Here, this is a good signal. But the last 2 days, what has it done? Nothing. So wait for a better signal. And if you're using indicators, you can help yourself with indicators to see where the price is really sold out and cheap enough to buy, so to speak. Okay, that's that. Yeah, monthly. We'll remove. And dollar yen, the last one for today, because this video is probably 2 hours long. Damn. Yeah. I'm wasting my time. I know. Those who are serious will like it. Those who are serious will find interest in it, will try to understand it, will maybe even comment. Those who don't, well, they just won't. I'm not bothered. I mean, it's not up to me what you like or dislike. I'm just doing my best on what I know, on what I'm passionate about. And trading, I've been searching for knowledge for what, 2008, so 5 years. It took me 5 years to find professional education to understand how the market works and how to trade profitably. Before that, I was probably where you are. This is why I'm doing this, because at least I can do is show you, be someone who knows better and can show you an insight. And you know, you never know. Maybe you'll like it and you take advantage of it. Maybe you won't, but I'll feel good because I know I'm doing something good. And I want to make a business out of it and trade successfully, mentor people, build, create a women team and train them and make them professional traders. That's one of my, that is one of my offline dreams, to create a team of women and make them professional, better than me. Yeah, anyway, we digress. What do you see? What do you see? Dollar yen was an uptrend, turn around, formed the crown, went lower, pulled back, consolidated, so to speak. Yeah, it is much as this is a trap. Trapped you into being bullish and then went back down. But this is one big consolidation time until it broke out, tested, rejected, dropped, wave down, formed a lower low until the market turned around and started to rally. Rally, formed a higher high, pulled back, found support, and now it just seems to be consolidating. Rallied for a little bit, but then this is just consolidation. Keep in mind, this is monthly chart, so there was some trend trading for 2 months or a couple of months. All right, template. Oh, dollar yen. Okay, bam. Right. So it was a downtrend, wave down, broke through the inner down, well, yeah, inner downtrend line, short-term downtrend line, even though this is monthly, it's a long-term downtrend line. But what fascinates me is this bounce here. See how the market, when it dropped down, it bounced off of the backside of the downtrend line. That's why it bounced. That was one of the reasons why it bounced. Another reason was that this is where they found support and then rallied. So what do we have? What do we have? We have up, wave up, wave up. So on a monthly basis, we have we have an up AB on monthly, and the market is still within the zone, an AB zone, pulling back and consolidating. Now we switch to the weekly. Do we have anything? We did say we are in an uptrend, so this is our lowest point closest to the A, the C. When market consolidated, bounced off of the downtrend line, and oh yeah, on a monthly chart, this is an small up AB wave, smaller, and within this smaller one, this is what happened. It was waving, consolidating, pulled even lower, found support, and rallied. Yeah. And on weekly, so within this small AB monthly wave, we have AB weekly uptrend wave, A to B, the market rallying a little bit, forming higher highs and higher lows, but hasn't reached the target yet, and then pull back all the way down almost to 0%, which would mean that it would take out our AB on a weekly, but it didn't. So here we have the C that is closest to the A. And if, to be honest with you, if we did this earlier, we could have traded this. But yeah, we didn't. I was working, I was away, and that's how you miss an opportunity when you're not prepared. So that is that. We are pretty much, again, with this pair also in a waiting stage, what it's going to do. First of all, this is weekly. We switch to daily. And this is what's going on daily. This is our smaller AB zone and the wave. And that's what it's doing. This line means, this line is just showing the target D. That's a long time to go. So we will see. Thank you for listening. If you stayed this long, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you. If you have questions, comment below. If you don't have questions, if you just want to criticize me, feel free to do that too. I'm sure there's going to be someone. I'm not going to say that I'm sorry it's been so long, because it does take work to analyze. So naturally, it comes with the job that when you're describing and explaining what you've done, it will take time. I wish it didn't. I wish it was shorter time. Maybe next time, when I get better, I'll get shorter and talking. Take care. Happy, healthy, and successful New Year to you. Yeah, and I'll see you around. Take it easy. I hope this was helpful. If not, say it wasn't. If it is, feel free to comment that it is. If you're puzzled, say that you are. What's your question? I'll do my best. Take care. Bye.